Me, Fambulem, on a good evening, good afternoon, or good morning. This na una program again, Salon Cashbox. Me Fambulem, today na the 20th of June, 2024. June 20, 2024. Me Salon people, today I want to talk about something with a title when someone's fighting on your behalf. In other words, where somebody take your place for fight for you. You are in a dilemma. Sometimes you want talk, but if you do, you seem for they make the person where you call for can talk for you say, well, waiting you call me for can talk. You see, salon people, God, it's an uphill task for sensitize salon people. Seriously, it's a very, very difficult task. And I know they blame una. We not really they seem for follow the trend because these very politicians that they make una become this way. But it really, really difficult. But salon people, I believe say over the years, most of we don't try. You know, some people like they tell me say, oh, na can get it, he pull parable. Not because I want pull parable. The lie parable way like sometimes asabi over the years, like the one that we know me papa, like trust me, that man he didn't talk 5 minutes, pull one parable inside it. So I learned a lot from him. And some people, the reason why I always can they choose that path or that way they for do me messages, because I know too well, we need for pull parable for make una able understand usai at the come out most of the time. And make no mistake, for talk about the economy, about money business na salon, even not to even salon across the world, except you work in that area, it is a very, very difficult thing for understand. So I make most of the time I try for the give parable for make una understand. So Alexa, we will not go school, we go able to understand. And most of people that will not go school, trust me, they are gifted, they're so very clever. It's unfortunate that the politician, the system rob them for make them able to explore their God-given potential. The system where these politicians they create. You see, I can listen to a preacher where actually a guy called Miles Monroe, he died anyway. He saying something where always is sticking on me in. He said the richest place on earth, now the grave. Untapped potential, they die, and especially Africa. Untapped, I feel say the richest grave on earth is in Africa. People and where God give like creativity, innovation mindset, they die back, they go just because people they will suppress them from showing forth that potential that we God give them. It's not up to God. Like in the Bible where we believe, it said, I have given you everything that pertains to life and godliness. It's sometimes it's up to us for make we able to utilize waiting God give we. Salon people, may God sorry for we all in a salon. You see this bobo within our social media? This bobo, Adebayo, now very dangerous mortal man. Is a very, whether you want to believe me or not, but he is a very dangerous mortal man. But una go get for see him. Una go see him. This is not the thing we make Abine say, If we call protest, we have to wait until after the tripartite. Now, just because, you see, some people want to pay attention. Want to pay attention, for God's sake. This is the reason why I say, anything, if even they could have read out the tripartite findings yesterday, still, things that they will need for kind of like put like to in place. So the time being, now this will be the tell now. Say, for go call protest the 21 or the 24 or the 25, it don't make sense. This is not one of the things that will happen. And I was waiting for waiting, they say. Somebody forced me for listening to her. And they talk now, say don't postpone. And they wait now, say after the 29. Okay, they don't tell you say the 29. The same mistake when you make. Now they don't say that the 29 the report will come out. Why you not say for make una make protest the 30th or the 1st or after the 29? You see now, you see, this is the thing. Now it's saying in the wait until after the 29 before you get it. Was this not the thing I was saying? That's then we wait. But it can't with Conin game back for now. And this is what they don't do over the years. I struggled for listening to them today. Well, I hear anyway they talk say, oh, not to this parliament. They talk. Imagine. They talk about the 2022 Election Act when they pass in the parliament. It's a useless parliament. It costs the parliament. But this guy no get largely like. You don't get mind for talk but call Cheyiko 2022 parliament. Now that be the head of the opposition, the leader of the opposition. Was it not Cheyiko? This guy, if una not try to disassociate yourself with him, I see now they talk say they go weird. They look like say weird now they don't make corner company with her now. Weird, I tell una be careful. Una be careful. Weird, una be careful. It look like saying that they use now for propagate in lies. The manipulation where they manipulate salon people. Now they use now. I don't want una because I genuinely like una. Una be careful. You built your platform, but it look like I say una one seem for make Adebayo be. Certain now three now get the platform. Now three now. Now I get the platform. Now una they use now for propagate in lies. They swear. Say Samura Kamara. Now tell Madabio. Say because the people that want to come out, make Madabio. It swear. It says Samura Kamara. Now he go tell Madabio. Make Madabio threaten the people and make pass with Sojamane. Some people. When I go listen Samura in speech, so right at the end, I think that the last paragraph before he thanked the former vice president of the Gambia. Just before that, Samura Kamara actually warned about how Sojamane in the past in the country. Just before that, una go listen. Right towards the end. If you get the speech, una scroll right towards the end. Maybe like 5 minutes to the end. He begin talking where they want the government out in the past with Sojamane. So if Samura Kamara ain't go tell Madabio, so it means Samura Kamara gave me the play with we. Some people, una be careful with this bubble. Una be very, very careful with this bubble. And they tell una, this nothing will be done the one over the years, una not believe. If they talk about, say, the 2022 Act, now parliament, it's a useless parliament. But when they talk about Cheyiko, this guy don't get mind called Cheyiko in name. Samura Kamara in speech, salon people, if you go dig well into it, it's a powerful speech. Wait, ma ask una want make, Samura Kamara, in this speech where this so, if na game it they play with we na me they wait for. If na game it they play with we, na me they wait. But this speech, salon people, it is faultless. Me don't know what they do behind this, me don't know. But the speech is faultless. Make no mistake about it. I've read it over and over, more than 3 times. And they tell you that. And they play sat inside them for una. But some people, me title I say, when someone's fighting on your behalf, when someone is fighting on your behalf, Sometimes your hands are tied. If even you dey bet for talk. I remember we all na salon, I believe say we don't face that this situation where sometimes somebody bully you. You can call your big brother, big sister, mama, papa. You for me to go ask the case. Then your mama and papa them will go ask for the case. Like then they can talk. Then you now one jump and then one go begin to slap the person back, one go begin to beat the person. That person will go talk for you. Wait till they tell you. Me don't face that situation that way. Like say me mama or papa or big brother or whatever go say if you not stop, if you mistake at the left you now, make the case spoil or I go beat you. That's if I'm your mama or papa or something like that. Then go add upon the beats back. You know some people over the years, which like our platform, Cover Creator, Ibrahim, myself, we've always been saying we don't for rely on the international community. But this bubble, we don't destroy you now. Who's on this? You don't being educating people and back then you don't even destroy them. Another problem if you don't educate and then like I learn from and I learn a lot. I remember back in the days, like then chief them. They don't one day go school. But then parents them full of wisdom. But when they advise you, it is your place. Una way go, una talk to two left foot them, una go university. Una they kind of like, you know, then they most of the essay they say make una write. Now for write like for and against the particular concept where they ask you for write about. We're not able and kind of like analyze certain information and things them. But now university, I wonder how una pass. I'm not saying una not listen to information, but when you listen to it, process it in your own way. Now you brain and see if it makes sense. Una all listen to the speech of Samura Kamara, most of una. But yet still, now this bobo, now they can interpret Samura Kamara's speech. They lie inside their back. You see, some people, I get problem. I really get problem with the way una they act. Una they act like say una serious for una so care for salon in better one. But when it comes for make una absorb information and act the right way out for kind of like, you know, for make una able to make decision, una they struggle and una they be lazy. Laziness. Una they be lazy. Hey, Papa God. Then you know, imagine even it go to the extent. In a life as Kemosi say, look, they invite Kemosi to say yes, not true. But even imagine, say wait, no, I don't know if you know or whatever. They say they don't arrest Kemosi. Say right now, as they talk to her, Kemosi say they not in house. Yes, they invited, they tried for making one kind of story against them, for arrest them, but they couldn't find him one thing. But they lie on her back. Just because Kemosi say talk against the uprising. Now, he say Kemosi say they not pulling in the door arrest you. Lie! Some people una stop being lazy for God's sake. Spiritual una all listen to. Now any people they can lie on her back. Some people, you know, first of all, you know where Samura Kamara begin talk. It say, I speak to you today in the name of truth, justice, peace, love, democracy, and honor. Some people might scroll back, go down. It say we are all aware of the numerous issues and public concerns over the way and manner the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone conducted the June 24th, 2023 general elections. It says the greatest shock of the way the results were produced and communicated to the public. It said the greatest shock was the way the results were produced and communicated to the public. It said the chairman of the ECSL read out final figures of winners as president, parliamentarians, mayor, chairman, and councillors without providing to the voters the supporting results reconciliation forms, RRF, as required by law and democratic best practice. Imagine this now they condemn this before they go and say Samura don't sell out. Samura now they condemn. Pass it them Samura Kamara. Waiting he right and waiting he don't do na the corner. Me no. Pass it a different no. Waiting he read. Waiting he write. Waiting he read yesterday. Some people are gonna look now. It said based on popular judgment and commonality in the reactions of national and international election observers, it is evident that ECSL set a new low for organizing one of the worst elections in the history of Sierra Leone, as well as of global democracies. Some people have now posting this where they compromise the truth. This is the man that is calling the ECSL out now. You know, some people, I want to read certain few lines then before I can talk. You know, look again. It says something there. It says it will begin, and a lot of people are just the jump page them. It says it will begin, that's the tripartite, begin the hard legislative and regulatory work of putting in place safeguards to ensure that never again in our national life will the ambitions of few be allowed to overcome the will of the many. Salon people, is this a man where actually don't give up and say the people no matter? You know, we almost say Samura Kamara not to be cup of tea. We all know that. Because now they bamba this bobo. Like where, instead of we talk about policies, then they kind of like say, Mama, they listen to bio, where the customer because. Never my cup of tea. But you see, some people, again, might read other side. It said, notably, however, these aspects represent proximate determinants of accepting the will of the people and thereby building a sustainable democracy, peace, and stability. Say they should also not stop us from grasping simultaneously the opportunity to change electoral systems, institutions, and personalities going forward. Some people, it make the point say this opportunity where they to whistle, therefore change and therefore role. In other words, therefore change people as a result of like the findings. Therefore change people. The people could well be even matter be you when they change. Therefore change the system. Therefore change institutions. Is this somebody where don't give up and say no, no matter be you get for dinner power? Pass waiting and read. No, and this is not the reason where I can talk about say when somebody they fight on your behalf at the end they salon people. I just want kind of like quickly, you know, just paraphrase some of, you know, well not paraphrase, read some of the things them way he said. And they read another chapter, salon people. He said, I would like to firmly implore and encourage any voices wishing to, you know, like the tripartite, you know, this is not the side where it talks say violence and all the like ethnic hatred and political vilification. Salon people, with all this, the tripartite say they discourage anybody who use the tripartite reporting. People they use them like I say. Like, you go look and say, oh, yeah, they want to stop APC men and not come on na do. But what if you now look at the other way back, say, you know, in the time we talk to, like, the SLPP people, the many people, we feel aggrieved. Where is the time if they say, for make the end the roles. Imagine, you don't say people, they're going to change people, they're going to change institutions, they're going to change systems. And then now he said, nobody will use the tripartite findings as an opportunity for cause unrest. So, not just APC people level. Like, what about like even the SLPP people level? If they say, Madam, you for go. Is this not also a possibility? Why? Now, only the APC people feel say Samura Kamara too negative about it. You know, Salon people, one side the way is a, like, again, people across Sierra Leone voted for change. Our main objective, Salon people, now listen. People across Sierra Leone voted for change. Our main objective is to achieve electoral transparency, accountability, and justice for the people and rescue democracy in Sierra Leone. Now, somebody this way don't give up. He said, after our look, it don't it say Samura now tell Kamara say ECSL not produce the results again. So a lot of people when I go listen to the speech. It say Samura Kamara say something there. It say after our initial frustration, my party has resolved to return to the tripartite committee, hoping that ECSL will seize the opportunity to be more cooperative in providing the necessary documentation to facilitate a balanced and credible report. Is this somebody who tells Samuel Kelfala Mara say, no, may ECSL not produce the results again? Salon people, on pay attention. On pay attention. Seriously. On pay attention. You know, look, I can't play this side where he talk this side, but I just read them. He say, I have consistently resisted being dragged into violence and civil disorder. But, he said, it is a grave mistake to believe there can be peace without justice. He said, the TRC report clearly shows how acts of injustice and lack of constitutional accountability led to the brutal civil war in Sierra Leone. Then some people when I listen, he said justice, especially electoral justice, is essential for true and sustainable peace. Is this somebody who don't give up? Salon people. You know, this my player sentence when I go fix and I read no more they read. Salon people my player phone. You see, my player, salon people. Wanna take a listen, please. Wanna take a listen.
I have consistently resisted being dragged into violence and civil disorder. It is, however, a grave mistake to believe there can be peace without justice. The TRC report clearly shows how acts of injustice and the lack of institutional accountability and transparency led to the brutal civil war in Sierra Leone. Mm-hmm. Justice, especially electoral justice, is essential for true and sustainable peace and democracy.
Some people on a wait ma play another one. Me una no say something na me just the reader.
People across Sierra Leone voted for change. Our main objective is to achieve electoral transparency, accountability, and justice for the people and rescue democracy in Sierra Leone. Regardless of where you were born, you deserve to know that your vote was counted and honestly reported.
Salon people, say regardless of how you born, it's essential for me you know, say your vote was counted and honestly reported. Now somebody this, so like we all know the position right now. So now somebody this we won't give up. Past sentence, wait till you talk now, yeah. It depend do something underneath. But salon people, when I listen to the last audio where I want to play for now. When I listen them quickly, please.
Here, the APC reiterates its firm challenge to the announced election results by the ECSL, and again calls for the publication of the disaggregated results by polling station as required by our constitution, our electoral laws, and the expectations of our people.
Some people let me play this with one back. Please, una listen.
Here, the APC reiterates its
the APC reiterates. In other words, I they talk them again and again. I they talk them back. I they talk them back. I they talk them back. Salon people, una listen. Now, yeah, please, una listen.
Here, the APC reiterates its firm challenge to the announced election results by the ECSL, and again calls for the publication of the disaggregated results by polling station as required by our constitution, our electoral laws, and the expectations of our people.
Some people it say they talk them back, they reiterate. Them firm position where they don't take. Say ECSL for produce the result by polling station. For according to we law and for the people. But what is Samura Kamara talk now ya? Now something else mean. Some people might round up and say the title where I say when someone's fighting on your behalf. You know, that parable where agi when somebody they talk. This not the bobo way down they talk, but the international community know, the international community know. Salon people now the international community they salon, right? And we don't say we hand over. These are the kind of like the mediators them. In fact, Samura Kamara in speech, he said they are the mediators. And always they say, if democracy fail na salon, if the tripartite fail for deliver the will of the people are not, me own campaign, one, now for sue the international community, secondly, now for tell people they may not ever vote again na salon, ever again, because their vote doesn't count. It doesn't mean anything. But salon people, if somebody you don't call out for talk on your behalf, if you want begin to Allah pass that person there, we go talk for you. As I give like the earlier scenario, where like if somebody bully you, you call person for me, go talk for you. If you want Allah or talk past the person where you go, where you call for me, go talk for you. The person at the one and walk away. And in a way, you are guided by that person as to how you for behave and how you for talk. You are guided. Why some people expect say Samura Kamara in speech, but don't can tell Madam Beyonce, Paddy, come on at chair, King grab King Sidon, come on at this chair, Memi Sidon. Why? Why una feel say if we talk like that? He's been guided. Now make me the biggest culprit now if democracy fail now the international community. There is a story like where will they grow up? Like where we cannot do bad in school, especially like boys' school and stuff like that. Where we cannot do something. This is the scenario where like if the international community fails, this is exactly the scenario. When we cannot do bad, we go call some. In this case, not to Samura or we country, we the people and do bad. Now, matter you do we bad. We go call somebody in a street, say, oh, may I go talk for we. When you go meet any big man at street, say, yeah, can go talk like I say, you know, be papa. Especially if that teacher they not sabi you parent them, because if you sabi you parent them, you don't like you don't get no choice. Pastor you go say, oh, now you're uncle. So there was one scenario like one day do something messy, go call one man, he meet up one man at street. If he say the man, they go talk for him. So like he say, if he call no one making papa no. So like when the teacher they explain, say, well, Josephus, he come on at school yesterday, he missed 2 class. This now the guy will go find where no sabi from nowhere. You don't say man and they will know they walk, salon walk the ganga. So you go find like this man they pass in mind at so one. You don't get frustrated with the system of the country. Now you go call this man. I say, yeah, that's fine. Now any man go to the school. Anything when the teacher they talk. Say, that's what you do. He say, okay, stop there first, teacher. Get 1 dozen for that in there. When he say, it miss biology class. He say, get 1 dozen. He said, before he started back, he come on at school, like, Josephus just left the class, like he did not attend his lecture for the chemistry. Then he must say, He said, okay, stop there back, teacher. Get 1 dozen. Like, oh, Josephus wasn't at school last week, like, for 2 days. Then he must say, He said, teacher, get 1 dozen for each of them 2 days, then they will miss. Salon people. The crux of that story is, when you go call somebody where not treat like the bobo end up where the last one now where he said get 1 dozen. Now he tell the teacher, don't to be papa, don't to be papa, don't to be papa. Teacher, don't to be papa, don't to be papa. When they tell you don't get pass 6 dozen. He said don't to be papa. Some people would the international community, even though we do good, not so bad we do. Where they go tell Madabio, from where Madabio give we 1 dozen each complain, where we go lay. Salon people, They go tell Madabio, when Madabio turn we waste, and give we 1 dozen. And in other words, we are guided. Samura Kamara, look, why would I expect Samura Kamara, like, for me go talk certain things and for make them see and say, oh, this is the international community, don't tell her waiting for do. Some people, I'm not to say at the time for make a judgment, I'm not preempting, but we get for be mindful and Samura Kamara get for be mindful. Some people are at the end of audio and for me continue building the story, but I'll continue hopefully tomorrow. My family, this now on a program, Salon Cashbox. And God bless you now and have a very good evening. Thank you very much.